A vulture landed on an unconscious boy, thinking he was already dead. It started pecking at the boy's mouth, but unexpectedly, the boy woke up from the pain and threw the bird off the cliff. Enduring the excruciating pain, the boy propped himself up and saw that he had fallen onto a protruding rock wall in the middle of the cliff. He called out loudly for his father, but after waiting for a long time, there was no response. Left with no choice, he could only try to climb down. Suddenly, a heavy rainstorm started. Under the scouring of the rainwater, Jack felt he couldn't hold on much longer. Luckily, by this time, the floodwater had risen at the bottom of the cliff. He knew this was his only hope, so he mustered up his courage and jumped straight down. When he woke up, he found that the rainstorm had stopped, and he had miraculously survived. Exhausted and starving, Jack crawled to the edge of a mud pit and gulped down the muddy water to replenish his strength. He then used tree branches to splint his injured foot. Suddenly, several wolf howls came from a distance. He got up to look and saw a few wolves staring at him from the opposite hillside. He quickly stood up, wanting to escape, but the wolf pack soon caught up. Fortunately, there was a withered tree ahead. He hurriedly climbed up the tree, but before he could make it, a gray wolf bit his shoe. At the critical moment, he pulled out the dagger from his waist and stabbed the gray wolf, taking the opportunity to climb up. The wolf pack relentlessly guarded the tree for an entire night. The next day, the impatient pack finally left, leaving only the injured gray wolf. The boy took a rope and carefully probed around the wolf. Then he quickly locked its mouth so it couldn't bite. The boy then picked up the wolf and carried it into a cave. Early the next morning, the boy found that the wolf had broken free from its restraints. It stared at the boy fiercely, but the boy still maintained a friendly attitude. Suppressing his fear, he tried to give the wolf water. The wolf angrily growled at the boy, its eyes full of hostility. The boy kept gently reassuring the wolf, telling it not to be afraid and that he wouldn't hurt it. The wolf seemed to understand the boy's words, and its emotions gradually calmed down. It then stuck out its tongue and drank the water in big gulps. A few days later, the boy hunted a rabbit. Seeing the delicious rabbit, the wolf immediately wanted to rush up and snatch the meat to eat. Jack quickly scared the wolf away. Then the boy fiercely tore off a piece of raw meat and chewed it. The boy ate and drank his fill, while the wolf could only watch pitifully from the side. The boy turned his head to look at the wolf and found its eyes looked very aggrieved. The boy felt some compassion for the wolf. So he made a rule with the wolf: the food must be distributed by the boy, and the wolf must learn to wait patiently for the boy to distribute the food. The wolf had no choice but to honestly agree. The boy then rewarded a piece of meat to the wolf. The next day, the boy prepared to find his way home. But no matter where he went, the wolf always followed behind him. Jack found there were several wild boars at the foot of the mountain. The wolf immediately rushed out. The boy nervously raised his spear. When the boars ran towards him, he was too timid to make a move. The wolf looked at the boy with utter disdain, unable to believe how he could have such a teammate. Although the boy tried to explain to it, the wolf was still very contemptuous. As they walked, night fell. The boy was still a bit scared, so he whistled to boost his courage. The wolf, walking in front, would always involuntarily come to the boy's side to protect him whenever it heard the whistling.